What's up, you guys? I apologize for the lighting, but welcome to the video. I don't even think what I am right now is like considered conscious, like legally or something, but it is 8:15 in the morning and we are on our way. My mom's driving because I'm not alive, but we are on our way to the hospital right now to get my 3rd iron infusion. So this is actually the first one that I'm vlogging because I'll tell you guys a little bit of a backstory, but basically I have kind of had like chronic anemia. I've always just been told though, like pretty much since my weight loss surgery, but I've always just been put on oral supplements. However, in my pregnancy, I have not been, it seems, absorbing those absorbing the iron, the oral iron, as efficiently, like just as well as I should be. So I kind of, it was such a process to be able to, I had to really like express my concern with being as anemic as I am. And with being like going to different doctors and stuff, having switched from California at 29 weeks pregnant to being in Canada and my like medical coverage just becoming active and everything, being between different doctors, it was just quite a process because nobody really, like, they didn't know my full history, I guess, and a lot of times it's hard to get.
Well, your first panel showed that you were normal, so that doctor didn't think it was going to be a problem. He didn't think you would go anemic that quick.
Yeah, so in the States, I, at the beginning of my pregnancy, they checked like everything, and I wasn't. I think my levels were a little low, but nothing concerning. And then midway through, probably like, I don't know, like 20 to 23 weeks pregnant or something, I was like, I went into one of my appointments, I was like, listen, like I really feel similar to how, it was actually about a year ago, I got mono and was super anemic. But so at like during my pregnancy at that point, I was like, I really feel similar to how I felt then when I was extremely anemic. And it's just like, I'm concerned, you know? And he was basically, like nobody really believed me. Even my mom and Danny were like, no, that wouldn't make sense. Like, because you were just checked at the beginning of your pregnancy. And I was like, no, like I really think so. I got my doctor to order labs and he got me back and he's like, so it turns out that your ferritin is at a 6. And I guess a normal range is between like safe range is 40 to 300. And I was at a 6, which is so low. So I got on oral supplements, and long story short, after switching to being seen for medical stuff here in Canada, again, sorry guys for the lighting, we're on our way to the hospital and there's like traffic, so I'm just trying to start this video. And I'm wearing these glasses because I don't even want to see what I look like right now. But, what was I saying?
The ferritin, see, I thought it was 12 was the range that you said. Is it different measurements that they're going by in the States?
No. Ferritin, because...
Is it units? What are the units that they're measuring?
I don't know. But it's just like standard.
To the hospital, because she did confirm 40 to 300 here. Yeah. And you were down to a 4, actually. Yeah, so basically when I got drawn here in Canada, my levels had dropped down to a 4. So that's with being on the oral supplement. I didn't understand the like severity of it being at a 6 really, so not gonna lie, I was probably taking my oral supplements like every other day. I wasn't super serious about it. That's in addition to my prenatal that I was on though. And it had gone down. So then it took like a few weeks of me, basically my OB or my baby doctor here was like, just continue taking your oral supplements and stuff. And again, she didn't really like, I mean, I actually really like her, but I felt like at first she didn't really take the time to like, I don't know, take it, like, well, just understand the situation fully. She ordered another test, but that took a while.
Yeah, everything just takes a long time. So
nothing was stat like it needs to be for you.
Yeah, since I'm pregnant. Anyway,
you're Morgan.
Yeah. So she ended up finally ordering after I came back to her. So she told me to take the oral supplement. I didn't even really digest it at that appointment. But then like afterwards I was like, wait, take the oral supplement. I've been doing that and it's gone down. And so I started to get really anxious about it because I'm like, I'm about to give birth and I'm gonna be super like anemic. Like that's dangerous, you know, because you lose so much blood being pregnant or giving birth anyways. God forbid I have to have like a C-section or something like that. So I expressed to her at my next appointment, like, is there any like other options that we can explore kind of? And I'd read about like iron infusion and stuff and heard about that. When I was anemic in the past, I guess it wasn't severe enough, at least in the States, for the kind of iron that they give. But so I asked her about it and she was like, you would be my first. You're gonna have to turn right on Pandozi.
No, can I get over?
She was like, you would be actually my first pregnant like patient that I would ever order an iron infusion for. Anyway, she still referred me. It took me like 3 weeks to hear back. I just so happened to be in the hospital last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. And I get a call back finally from the IV clinic. And I was in the hospital getting an NST. You guys know I've been getting those regularly to check on baby.
Non-stress test, because I didn't know what that meant, NST.
Yeah, non-stress test. And the clinic called me back, and it's in the hospital actually. And when I tried to call them back because they left a voicemail, I didn't get a hold, so I decided to just walk over there. And they ended up taking me right then and there. Like they were like, normally it's a 3 to 4 month wait or whatever. I'm like, I'm 30, how many weeks pregnant was I? 35, 36 weeks. I'm like, I'm 36 weeks pregnant. And they were so sweet, and they were like, you know what? We close in 2 hours. Yeah. They're like, we close in 2 hours, so it'll go a little bit over time, but we'll take you right now. They gave me my first infusion, and then they gave me 5 other, no, okay, so I'm having a total of 5 infusions. They each take 2 hours long, and I sit there, get hooked up to an IV. They give me some like fluids, and then they juice me up with some iron. So they gave me all of my appointments, my 5 appointments, to be done before my due date. I don't know if I'll like make it to my due date. I actually kind of have a feeling the baby's gonna come I feel like I'm gonna go into labor like Thursday or Friday of this week. But yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like the 6th, and my due date isn't until the 19th. So we're gonna see how many infusions I'm able to get before I give birth. I feel so happy and so lucky to be getting the treatments. And the really cool thing about medical care here in Canada, at least, I'm sure it's probably the same in the States too, but when you're pregnant, they take you seriously. When I went into the emergency room the other week, and I was like, I think I was like 30 weeks pregnant. We went into, yeah, the ER, and they had me up in labor and delivery and the baby hooked up to a monitor within, I kid you not, like 3 to 5 minutes of me arriving to the hospital. It was pretty crazy. Anywho, I can't think of anything else to tell you guys about the infusion right now, but like I said, I'm not really awake. So if I think of anything after or during, I'll try to get a little footage of what it looks like in there and stuff. But yeah, let's go get juiced up with some iron. So my veins were being tricky today, so we had to do it in the forearm, but I hooked up to this machine here. Mama's right here, and I actually only have 6 minutes left, so I'm chilling. She brought me my Starbucks. I'm on a hospital bed. Belly looks like it literally like sinks into me when I lay down and looks so much smaller than it is, but that's what's up.
She's just crushing your organs then.
Exactly, and I feel it. It's hard to be in the same position for this long. That's like the hardest part, actually. Anyway, this is me getting my iron. It's almost empty. So it's much later in the day. It's actually almost 9 o'clock at night. We ended up getting home from the infusion. Actually, I ended up going to I ended up going to labor and delivery because we were at the hospital, and last night I noticed that the baby's movements were like nowhere near what they have been in the past like week or so. So since we were there, I was like, I have an NST anyways scheduled for tomorrow, but I might as well just walk in and see if they want to check on it. So we did an NST, and her heart rate still is showing not quite proper accelerations, and they basically just told me to come in tomorrow. So we're just monitoring this baby very closely, basically. But I wanted to show you guys because I'm really excited. We got this, honey, be the chair model. We got this glider in. You have so much facial hair going right now, look at you.
I'm trying to trim out the moment.
Anyways.
Go to the barber tomorrow.
You look very handsome though. Do you wanna show everything about it? We ordered it on Wayfair, and it's a glider that like swivels and all that. So this is gonna be, so this is like our living room, which is a mess right now. Look at Kobe. You gotta come up first, yeah.
Gotta kind of use your feet as well.
Yeah. So this is the glider. This is gonna be my little area for like, my little area for nursing, and I need to get like some sort of table to put right here to keep like my water, phone charger, probably my pump will be over here too. What, is he hiding behind me because he hates the ball? He does not like the ball, and we have a lot going on right now. We're just getting ready to finally unbox our Vista stroller. We're gonna do a video of it, us putting it together, and just kind of like a first impression review type thing. Doing that right now, but we also have this box over here, which the recliner came in. Hospital bags though are packed and ready to go, so that's good. But that corner over there used to be Kobe's little corner, so what we ended up doing is kind of putting his stuff down here. And he's been refusing his food lately and being difficult. Hi, you being so dramatic? So we just switched up his food and made his little nook over there. And he looks to be a happy boy, huh? Kobe, where's Llama? Where's Llama? Where's your llama? No, that's Ducky. Where's Llama? Anyway, about the iron, one thing I remembered that I did not mention is that the iron that I'm on is just iron sucrose, 200 milligrams, or 200, yeah, I think milligrams, which I guess is like the safest form of iron. And it makes sense because when I was in the States over a year ago, well over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, when I was really, really anemic, I ended up going to the emergency room at one point, and the doctor on call ordered me an iron infusion, and he seemed very like hesitant about it. And so I was literally like in the back of the ER getting ready to get my infusion, and apparently just in that time where they had ordered it and I was waiting, like it switched to a different doctor. Their shifts switched, and then the doctor, whoa, the new doctor refused to give me it, and he was like, it's way too dangerous. You could like go into anaphylactic shock and stuff like that. I was like, geez, like what? Wasn't pregnant at the time, of course, but yeah, so I was really confused by that. And so I asked the people at the clinic here in Canada, and they were like, oh yeah, that's probably like iron dextrose, or I think a different kind of iron, which has a lot more risks and stuff. But what they give, iron sucrose, is what I'm getting now, and it's not very risky at all. And it was my third one, and I'm still doing very well with it. It does make me a little sleepy while I'm getting it. I haven't noticed any changes yet in how I'm feeling. They say that's totally normal though. Maybe a little bit, like with my skin color kind of coming back, and less like dark under eyes. I don't know. If any changes, that's kind of what's going on. But they had to really, like, I have a bruise pretty bad. That's getting worse and worse as the day goes on. Kobe, you're making this video so annoying right now. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Probably the next one that'll be going up on my channel is us unboxing this Vista stroller. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Kobe, say bye. Bye. Ah, don't scare him. Look, he's like, I'm a tough guy. Kind of. Oh, baby. Okay, okay. Mommy's got you. Mommy will protect you. You're so mean.